Hey y'all, Dennis here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery, and I'm going to do the case layout for Courtney Cash. Now, please keep in mind this isn't one of our normal cases. It's not actually a search and recovery case. This is another Tennessee case in the same area as so many other cases that basically fit with this, what seems to be a pattern. It seems the same district attorney is involved in these as well as other officials and etc. To me, corruption is screaming out so heavy, so thick. And Tennessee actually has laws in place that seem to protect corrupt officials. So while a case like this, being search and recovery, there's not a lot on the ground we can do. We still feel that keeping these cases in the public eye can help put enough pressure on officials to actually reopen the case if needed, Courtney's as well as many others, and actually find the truth on these cases. These families, these victims, they deserve justice, period. And we also want to go ahead and share these stories because we want the families to know they are not alone. They have our support. Many of you reach out to those families with support. The family needs that support. So that is why we go ahead and share cases like this. The family needs answers. Their relative was murdered and they deserve justice. So let's kind of dig into this. Courtney Cash was 23 years of age. She was found dead inside of a box in her home in Baxter, Tennessee in 2014. Wayne Massarella was charged with first-degree murder in the murder of Courtney Cash. He was also accused of stabbing Courtney's boyfriend, William Johnson. He pleaded guilty to the felony conviction in Putnam County Circuit Court. Putnam County is... I've got some cases that I will eventually be down searching, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't worry me going into that county. After going over many of these cases, it's something else down there. The three, Courtney Cash, her boyfriend, and Wayne, the three of them had gone out on a Tuesday night. When they arrived back at the apartment, there was an altercation. Courtney and her boyfriend were both stabbed. After the attack, William, the boyfriend, took his 20-month-old daughter to the hospital, meaning the 20-month-old daughter was in the house at this time. He took her to the hospital. The baby was not injured, but William was treated for multiple stab wounds. His daughter was later taken to a relative's house. When the police arrived at the apartment, they found Courtney's body hidden in a cedar box in the house. The Putnam County Sheriff, Eddie Ferris, released a statement saying he was satisfied with the resolution of the case. He said the Putnam County Sheriff's Office has received criticism about this investigation. I'm sure some things could have been done differently, but at the end of the day, we would still be where we are now. Wayne Massarella said from the very beginning of this investigation that he stabbed Courtney Cash. Wayne is again taking responsibility for the death of Courtney Cash by entering this plea of guilt. I am glad we can put this behind us and move forward without delaying justice any further. Courtney Cash is the grandniece of Johnny Cash. Her grandfather, Johnny Cash's brother, said on Facebook, "We ask for your prayers for the Cash family at this time." And this was back when this happened, back in 2014. He said, "We ask for your prayers for the Cash family at this time. Courtney and her boyfriend are beloved members of my family, and like you, we have a lot of questions and emotions that we are beginning to sort through today. The family, however, believes justice was not served and that the Putnam County District Attorney took the easy route in this investigation. The only two witnesses were allegedly high. One man convicted of murder, the other man treated as a victim witness. According to an article that I read, a friend of Courtney and William, Wayne Massarella, allegedly gets high on meth and went crazy. Wayne and William got into a fight. Wayne had a knife. Courtney tried to break up the fight and is stabbed in the shoulder and hand by Wayne. William was also stabbed. Now here is where William's story allegedly changes. The boyfriend. William, Courtney's boyfriend, says that Wayne forced him and Courtney both to shoot up with meth. According to Wayne, the guy who stabbed them, William is the one who shot Courtney up with meth to jumpstart her heart. William Johnson has testified in court, again the boyfriend, that he had never done meth, but later admitted that he was a meth user. Now I want to jump back here real quick where it says that Wayne said that William is the one who shot Courtney up with meth to jumpstart his heart. What this tells me is at this point, Courtney has already been stabbed. She's likely unconscious, possibly no pulse. And this is saying that her boyfriend shot her up with meth to get her heart jump-started to start beating again. Whether or not that's the case, I don't know, but this particular theory, to me, is what that would mean. After Courtney loses consciousness, William, the boyfriend, says he started CPR to bring her back, while at the same time he claims he was having a conversation with her during CPR. He says, "The last thing that she looked at me and said was, 'I love you.' And I said, 'I love you too.' And she said, 'I'm sorry, I love you too.'" Maybe the evidence could determine what may or may not have happened in this case. But investigators threw away the 6 hypodermic needles they found on the scene. This means fingerprints, DNA, all of it was disposed of. The TBI could have tested for those the TBI could have tested those kinds of needles for evidence, and the district attorney never asked them to. In fact, they couldn't because the next day they were all disposed of. The DA simply said the hypodermic needles were disposed of the day after they were recovered. That was released from the district attorney's office. Courtney's family says it doesn't add up and blames the office of the district attorney, Bryant Dunaway, which name comes up in so many cases there. And as it says, this name likely sounds familiar because it is mentioned many times in other cases in the area, and cases that are very, very similar. A news outlet asked the DA, asked him why the early perjury of a witness didn't make them question the rest of the story, and the DA didn't answer any questions. There were other questions as well we will dig into in a future video. We're going to have several videos coming out on this. Wayne Massarella pled guilty. He was charged with first-degree murder, but he pled guilty to second-degree murder and was and received a sentence of 15 years at 100%, meaning he has to serve all 15 years of his sentence. William Johnson, the boyfriend, moved out of the area and had his parental rights severed. The family reported that he has never tried to get in contact with his daughter. Again, I want to go back into how, this isn't a normal search and recovery case. But with the numerous other cases in the area that are similar, we're talking Aaron Key, multiple cases. We feel we need to share these cases with you guys in hopes that you guys help us keep these cases out in the public, to help keep the pressure on the officials to find the truth in these cases, and just as, if not more important, to let these families know they're not fighting this alone. They have the support of us all. And just hope that these cases will be reopened and justice can be served for these victims and these families. They all deserve justice. We will continue looking into this case, providing updates on these cases. I do speak with somebody on another case that does talk with Courtney's mother. So in the very near future, I will talk with them and see if maybe she can join us. Courtney's mother can join us on a live feed to discuss this particular case. But our thoughts and prayers go out to Courtney Cash's family, as well as all the other families who are in the same situation, waiting for justice, waiting for the truth to come out. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Let's see what we can do to help these families find answers.